Now I have my landing page and I'm ready set up with that, and I want to create some other pages within the site to navigate to and for students to use. So I will go to my right hand side and choose Pages, and you'll see right now I only have one page. I would like to add a page, so I will click the Add Page, and I need to give this page a name. Now remember, this is going to be specific to this page in the site, so it will not modify my home page title. It will not modify the site title. It will simply be this page, and let's name this one Anatomy of a Frog, so that we can begin to move into that, and I'll choose Done. And you'll see as soon as I create that, it now brings me to this page. Let's add two more pages. Let's choose Ecosystems, and let's choose Classification. So I now have my home page, which is designated by the home, and I have 3 pages within. You'll see it also added to my top navigation these 3 separate pages. So as I begin and want to think about the way this page is set up, I may not want to begin my first page as Anatomy of a Frog. So what I can do is hover over these 6 dots on the left side and move this. So let's say that I want to move Classification to be the next page in order. So I can simply do that. Maybe Ecosystems would come before Anatomy of a Frog, so there we go. So I can change the order. So I would like to change the home page though, because even though I don't want to reorder it, maybe I want Ecosystems to be the home page. So I have 3 dots out to the right, and you'll see I can change the home page, rename the page, create a subpage, remove it, and hide navigation. So I'm going to set this one as the home page, and you'll now see that Home is the second tab in my ordering. But I could easily make this the home page again. So the reason that's there is you may be working and designing and talking and creating and thinking, and you build a structure, but then you realize one of the other pages might be better. Or if you have multiple people working on a new Google site and you're each creating a variation of the home page, you can easily choose one to make it the home page, so you don't have to go in and modify the original. You just choose the one that you want or that your team would prefer and make that the home page. So the other thing that you can do is rename. So maybe instead of Anatomy of a Frog, I want to rename this, and I just want to call this Bone Structure. Because when we're planning and we're talking, we're looking at how this is incorporated into our curriculum, whenever we are looking at the standards, we realize that that's a little too specific. Maybe we want to just call it Bone Structure. So we can change the name very easily by doing that. The other thing you can do is make a subpage under a page. So at this point, you're actually beginning to add layers to your site. So this is my home, and then a page within my home page is Ecosystem. So I'm going to create a subpage. I'm going to call this Amphibians. And you'll now see that underneath my Ecosystems page, I have a subpage, which is Amphibians. If I click here again, you'll see I do not have the ability to make another subpage. So one thing to keep in mind with the new Google Sites is as you are designing or creating, it's a good idea to understand your limitations, and this is one of them. You can only go so far into the page with subpages. Some other website builders will let you design and create so that you have 5, 6, 7 layers deep of subpage after subpage. But remember, you want to think about this in terms of user design for your students or whomever may be interacting with it. And if you go to a website and you have to click 7 or 8 times to get to one place, that becomes a little bit burdensome. So with this, you can simply make one subpage and then design it. But notice the other options I have. I can set this subpage as the home page. So again, I'm not limited to what I can do. The other thing that happens in my navigation is I now have a subpage for the ecosystem. Even though I can't create a subpage out of that, I could make a new subpage to go under ecosystems. So maybe I want to have them compare amphibians to reptiles. So now I have another subpage, and it will create that, and you'll see that I have amphibians and reptiles.